Hey guys, welcome to Mike and Dave Hit the Stage. We are doing 80s pop extravaganza today.
Yeah, I figured after the downer that was the last episode, we should turn it around with some 80s pop and make it at least fun and light.
Yeah, I got stories for every one of the songs I have on here, and I noticed that you did a lot of, I don't know if you realize this, a lot of movie songs.
I didn't realize that. I didn't actually know a lot of these were associated with movies. I know now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't notice.
So, all right, let's get this started. Let's get started. What was the first one you wanted to talk about?
Okay, apparently Bananarama's Cruel Summer.
Come on, you don't
The
know
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I realized it when you
the
said
first chord that played. I was like, Karate Kid.
which is not the song I think of.
Why not?
I think of the fat guy getting kicked in the gut during the tournament.
What song is playing?
I forget the name of it. It's not a great song.
Yeah,
But you're the best around.
Yeah.
I don't know who sings it, but I know in the middle of the video, even the music video, is the fat guy in a Cobra Kai gi getting kicked in the gut, and that made my fucking year.
Why did you relate with the guy?
Of course I did.
Even back then, were you a fat kid?
I was a fat. At that age, I was like 5'6".
Not that I'm calling you fat now. I apologize.
No, I'm fat. I'm sorry.
I feel bad for saying that.
You're
now.
apologizing for the truth and the universe. No, I'm fat.
I just don't want to get called out. Why'd you call your friend fat?
Because I'm fat. Morbidly sexy. I don't know what to tell you.
So this song is awesome.
I love Bananarama. I don't know why I like Bananarama.
Because we were kids, and this is when we were finding out that we liked girls.
Yeah,
And
they
it was
were
Bananarama,
adorable.
it was the Go-Go's, and it was the Bangles.
And
There's another one.
what's the band Lita Ford was in?
The Runaways?
The Runaways.
That was the 70s, though.
I
no?
know, but when I first saw it, I'm like, ooh. it left a weird impression on me.
Right.
But Bananarama always felt, because it's upbeat, it's very summer. It's literally a
This
summer
song is not upbeat.
Oh no, the words are not, but the tone is.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the thing. A lot of 80s music is upbeat sounding, but not upbeat in the words.
Right.
And that's a lot, like, we're going to talk about the stuff that we don't cover on this list.
Yeah.
Is even more so. Tears for Fears, Genesis in the 80s.
Yeah.
All of that really was there and it was poppy, but it didn't fit this list.
Yeah. Well, I could have gone on forever with this list.
We will continue back on this over and over again over the next.
Right. We've
however
already
many
decided
episodes.
that the 80s pop is going to be
It's going
a
to be a thing.
reoccurring, topic.
Oh yeah. So Bananarama, especially, my parents were a very radio in the car family. We didn't have cassettes in the car or anything like that.
Yeah.
So driving around, whatever was on the radio, and my sister, being a control freak, was usually in charge of the radio from the back seat.
Right.
So it was either my dad listening to oldies or my sister listening to current
Z100.
Z100. Yeah, I think that was the only option.
Yeah, it's
back then.
basically what we would listen to back then was Z100.
Yeah. Until we became adults and listened to K-Rock.
Yeah.
But Z100 in New York was the place for popular music, and stuff like Bananarama and the other things on this list all hit the radio.
Oh, of course.
Almost at the same time.
Yeah.
Like within a few years, all these songs were huge.
So why did you pick this song?
It just makes me feel young. Like
Yeah?
it's got that feeling, like it reminds me of when I was like 5 years old in the back of my aunt's Datsun.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm old as shit.
No, because all right, I'll bring up the car. I remember
was either
all
a
these songs
Datsun.
in. It was the
either-
Datsun. My dad had a baby blue, like a sky blue Dodge Aspen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it was either my aunt had two cars through my childhood. One was a Datsun. The other one was a Honda Civic. And a Honda Civic is not, like back then, was not the average car. It was like fancy.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was.
I don't even remember
it was
Honda
economy.
Civics back then.
It was economy, but it was still like better.
Yeah.
It had the automatic, seatbelts and all that.
Uh-huh.
And this is the kind of stuff we listen to. Like this, half of this list was listened to in my aunt's car going to Pennsylvania, or in my dad's car going to Pennsylvania. My dad had a Scout, not even a Jeep, a Scout.
What is that?
It's the predecessor. Well, it's not a predecessor, but it's another company that Jeep ended up buying.
Oh, so it wasn't even. It was a separate car company.
Yes.
Not like a Jeep Scout.
No, I thought it was, and then I had to look it up, and a Scout was a separate company.
Oh, okay.
And it was a nice. It was well, it wasn't a nice car. It was an old car.
Right.
But it was a tank. You know, it had. You know how normally they have the cloth lining the top?
Yeah.
That was gone.
Was it steel?
No, they had put like cork board,
What?
like the same stuff you use to hang tools.
No, yeah.
And my Uncle Junior, he has one leg. This is a theme. I know a lot of people have one leg. But my Uncle Junior lost his leg from the hip down.
Okay.
And they were driving to go camping.
Please tell me he hung his prosthetic leg from up there.
No, he accidentally, when they were making a turn, he put his hand through it. So there was a hole in the middle of the car where he held his hand up to the roof.
And they never fixed it?
They never fixed it. He never fixed it.
Oh, why not?
The car, it was northeastern environment. So,
Yeah.
up in the mountains, salt everywhere.
Right.
The bottom of the car is rusting out. So my sister used to complain. She's like, I can feel the dirt hitting my face because you could see the ground through the rust holes.
What the?
We were not a rich people.
No, I understand, but once that happens, you should start looking for a new car.
He was. It was rough.
Back then, you could buy a car for $5 probably.
Yeah, but remember, you were getting a car with rust holes.
Yeah, that's true.
But these summer trips, my sister used to go with my aunt to Pennsylvania. My aunt, my grandmother, and my sister would drive in one car.
Yeah.
And then me, my mom, my dad, and the dogs would go in the other one. We had 2 dogs, a Rottweiler and a Chihuahua.
Okay.
One giant,
Yeah,
one tiny.
really,
One
yeah.
you could hold in a hand.
Yeah.
That one would come with us on vacation. The big girl, Shane, we'd put in a place called the Barking Lot in Pennsylvania. It was the coolest place for a dog.
Yeah.
They had a big out, they let the dogs out and run in the field.
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah.
I couldn't help it.
Can't stop it.
God,
We'll get to the 90s.
I'll show myself to the door now.
We'll get to the 90s. Don't worry. We have a separate plan for that. And it is going to be horrifying. If you hate the Macarena, like I do. No, but we put her in the Barking Lot for like a week. We go away for a week. We put her in this place, room and board. They take care of her. She came back super happy.
Yeah.
And this was a security trained dog.
Yeah.
And then the other little one would come with us, and she'd be our bug catcher. Like we'd be sitting out on the porch at night, and she'd in the air, mid-air, catching moths.
Were you worried about the hawks getting her?
No, there were no hawks out in the Poconos, down in the valleys.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Back then.
Back then, it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah.
No, we never had to really worry. She wasn't the smallest thing out there.
Yeah.
And she wasn't probably the best thing they would go after.
Oh, okay.
There were groundhogs and stuff. We used to stay in a community, like a vacation homes.
Yeah, all right.
Old little cabins.
Right.
And off a golf course. Golf courses have like groundhogs and stuff like that, and there were skunks and stuff in the area.
Oh, so they had their pick. They weren't going for your dog.
Oh yeah, they weren't going for the dog at all. They didn't give a shit. But Bananarama was huge around that, that 85, 86 time. I was like 4 or 5 years old, but it's stuck in my brain, and it's been there the entire time. Like I've sat there.
Every time it comes on, I won't turn it off.
I never turn it off. And it's in my regular rotation, like in my shuffle of everything.
Yeah.
And it showed up yesterday on the drive to work. Can't deny that.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about your first song.
All right.
I Just Died in Your Arms by Cutting Crew.
Yeah.
I do like this song,
Okay.
but I don't at the same time.
Well,
Because I've heard it 6.2 million times.
yeah, but it holds a special place in my heart because it had to be 5th grade. Me and my friend did a lip sync to this in front of the whole class and in the gymnasium. I sang, well, lip synced, and
Lip synced.
and he air guitared, and I remember it to this day. I haven't talked to that kid in over 20 years. He moved away in the 90s.
Okay.
And I just found him recently, and we've been talking. And he works for the Mets now, which is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. And but yeah, me and him did a mock. I guess it was a talent show or something. I can't remember exactly why we did it.
Imagine it was punishment.
or if we just spontaneously did it, which would
That'd be really weird.
be weird. But
Imagine it was actually punishment for...
No, I remember enjoying it, but I think that's what I think that's why I liked. I always wanted to. Would you call it an entertainer? I hate it. Every time I say that, I think of Billy Joel's song, and it really annoys me.
right here.
It just threw up a little bit.
It started coming up.
Yeah, I know. But it was. I was always a show, not a show off either. I'm trying to think of the right word. But when my dad had the big friggin' reel-to-reel video cameras when I was a kid, I always wanted the microphone.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Hello, microphone. Yeah, I just did it. That's what I did when I was like 3.
You know what? We didn't have video cameras. We had a point and shoot camera as I was growing up, and that's how I got into photography.
Yeah. Well, that's when my dad would rent it. I don't think my dad owned it. I think he would rent it for parties and stuff like that.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Back then, I think you could. So we have a lot of those. Then we have a lot that are just sound because my dad never took the lens cap off. So it's just, basically a podcast of when we were 3. But yeah. So this song, it held a special place in my heart. Even when I listen to it now, it's not one of my favorites, but it's I don't even know why it was this song. It must have been the popular song at the time. And
it's very of the time.
Right.
Very specifically set in that time.
And this is what we did, and this is the memory we have of it. And I looked it up, and it's an actual true story.
Is it?
Yeah. The guy the singer of the band was in love with this. Now, don't get mad at me. They called her a gypsy in the story. He was in love with
the Romani.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and then he had this one night with her, and he thought of it. Now, this is weird. While they were laying in bed after everything had happened, he thought of, I just died in your arms tonight. And it's like, Jesus. By the way, they both had a daughter after that. They only did it once, and they had a daughter. And she's,
Is her name Cutting Crew?
I don't know what her name is.
The title also calls to a Shakespeare reference.
Really? I didn't know that.
In Shakespeare, he used the term to die as term for orgasm.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
I think it was A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
Or Much Ado About Nothing. I forget which one, but he does mention to die, and to die would be bliss, and that is the idea of orgasm.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah. I just totally ruined it for you, didn't I?
It got even grosser now. Not just the thought of me singing in front of the whole friggin' school, but now...
I just came with this weird girl, and off I go.
But, yeah, that's the story with that song.
It's a good song. Like I said, it's a weird song. I like it, and
right.
I don't because I've heard it 6.2 million times.
Oh wait, my list is just beginning.
I know, but both of our lists have these songs.
Yeah.
The next one for me is I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston.
See, this came on and I went, I even wrote it down right next to my notes. It just says, eh.
Now, why do you say eh?
Listen, I love Whitney Houston has a great voice.
Yes, she does.
But it was just filler music to me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think in the time that was perfect.
It was.
But more hilariously is anytime that song comes on, it just feels nice.
Okay.
Like it's not like, oh, this is such an amazing song. It's like, oh, this is so cool.
It's so funny that both of our lists are going the same way, because wait till we get to my next song. But this song, listen, I may be jaded by the way Whitney and Bobby Brown ended up. It may have jaded my feelings.
That does color it a bit, and
right? But
it was not good.
Right. But a Whitney Houston song, when it came on, like I said, it wasn't here nor there for me. It was just, okay, it's a song. Back then, you got to understand, I didn't know good singers from bad singers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's just the way I felt. It was just a filler song for me on Z100.
Okay, I get that. Now this is one of those experiences that I had that you would have never had.
Go ahead.
There was a time where I used to take car service to work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And one night...
Whitney Houston was in the back.
No.
Damn it.
No.
Go ahead.
I had I used to walk to the car service base.
Right.
Because the guys used to sit outside. The guys who couldn't afford to get a car with the radio, they just take base calls, what they call.
Right.
They take from the base to wherever. So if you showed up at the base, you didn't have to wait for a car. Mm-hmm. So I'd walk over to the base a couple blocks away, tell them where I was going. They're like, okay, and hop in the car and off we go. So no call, no wait for them to show up or find where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So one night we're driving, and Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody comes on, and the guy in the front seat starts singing. in the thickest Dominican accent. And I am now laying down in the back seat trying not to cry from laughing.
That's great.
It was so funny. I actually, if I searched my videos on my phone, I probably could find it.
Oh, stop it.
It was back from the iPhone days.
You got to find it.
Oh, I will look it up. If I find it, I find it. But it was nuts.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, he was like doing a little shimmy. He was having a great time.
Was he doing it as a show to you, or like he didn't even care that you were in the car?
It was one of the old cabs with the plexiglass.
Yeah, yeah.
But a decommissioned taxi. Mm-hmm. So it was just a plexiglass, and there was no way through. So I don't even know if he could hear me in the back laughing, or vice versa.
Right. That's hilarious, man.
It was hilarious.
That's funny. So what do we got next?
The next one is Katrina and the Waves, I'm Walking on Sunshine.
Okay. Stop laughing. This is my happy song.
Is it really?
This song, no matter what mood I'm in, will put me in the greatest mood. No matter what.
That's great.
It came on yesterday while I was, and because, I told you my car got hit by, in a parking lot. And,
where all the great accidents happen.
Yeah. But, I was in a grumpy mood. And that song came on and it made me happy. You gotta just listen to the words. Just listen to the song.
No, I've heard the song. Trust me, I've heard the song. It has been ruined for me.
Why?
Two things. One, Futurama did an episode where Fry had a dog.
Right.
And that dog learned how to howl this song. And then he abandoned that dog when he got frozen.
So that dog just
And the
died?
dog just waits for him in front of the pizzeria forever.
Uh-huh. Till it dies.
Till it dies.
Okay.
Yeah, it's terribly sad. And even now, I'm not doing it justice in how sad it is.
Uh-huh.
And that's one. And then the second one was an episode of Intervention where a girl was snorting air dusters.
Oh, come on. Don't ruin this song for me, man.
It's been stuck in my head.
I remember that one.
It's been stuck in my head for 20 years.
Now I'm going to remember that instead of the happiness, Dave.
I'm sorry, but if I have to suffer, you have to suffer.
No.
And now it's in here.
Yep.
Once it's in there, it's not coming out.
No. But even if you listen to that song,
it's a great song.
It's not. I don't understand why she's almost saying she's walking on sunshine, but there's a line in there that she's and I'm trying to feel good. Why is she trying to feel good?
I don't remember hearing. I heard, and man, it feels good.
Is that what it is? Is this a fucking misheard lyric? God damn it!
There's got to be one on every episode at least.
Either way, it still makes me happy, even if she's.
It's an upbeat song.
Yes, the most upbeat song in the world.
And I was gonna say what movie this is from, but this is from Look Who's Talking, isn't it?
Is it one? It's either that or don't they sing it at the end of one of the Ben Stiller movies or something?
No, I don't know about that, but I remember this being one of the Travolta movies.
Yeah.
Interacting with children, which I don't know if that should ever really happen. It's not on the plane steps, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, I hear you.
But it's one of those songs. It's upbeat, and it feels like it belongs in a movie soundtrack. It does.
It probably is. It probably in a million movies, but I just don't. It's just my happy song.
And to call back to I Want to Dance with Somebody, I don't remember what movie that was from, but now there is a movie coming out called I Want to Dance with Somebody about Whitney Houston.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
is it a comedy?
Probably not. I think it's leading to everything before that.
Yeah, yeah.
The end. She met such a sad end.
Yes.
But her musical career was phenomenal.
Yeah.
She had hit, then a break, then a huge hit, and another break. She was an actress. Mm-hmm. She did really good as an actress. For those who didn't see The Bodyguard, I suggest
is that the only movie she ever did, though?
I don't know, but it was really good.
Okay.
For a movie about a diva who doesn't know her ass from her elbow, she did a good job.
Right.
And I don't know if that was based in experience.
Yeah.
But she was with some heavy hitting actors and actresses.
Wasn't Kevin Costner in that with her?
That was her co-star.
Yeah.
And she played off of him very well. It was a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Katrina and the Waves. It's such a fun song, but it's been ruined to me.
Wow.
By Futurama and by, I think it was Intervention or one of those, like My Strange Addiction, one of those. Now the next song.
Go ahead.
Holiday by Madonna. And I picked this song instead of like two others because this one is so upbeat.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
The Wedding Singer.
Is it really?
Yeah, the Boy George character.
Alexis Arquette.
Yeah, he makes her sing that over and over. She. I did say she.
You said he.
Did I? Damn it. Sorry.
Unfortunately,
I apologize.
we're still of the age where it's difficult to recognize.
Right.
But her transition was very public.
Yes.
So that actually, for me, that made it easier to understand because we got the same thing with Elliot Page. Mm-hmm. The changes there, we were shown it.
Right.
And now we saw one thing, we saw the transition, we saw a new person emerge, and that's who we now know now. People like, I'm not even going to say anyone in specific. The idea of dead naming somebody or misgendering somebody, we need to get rid of it.
Right.
Right. If somebody wants to be something, let them be that.
Right.
It costs me nothing.
Absolutely.
But
So
Alexis Arquette.
They make Adam Sandler asks her to sing this over and over because he's like the song ends and then she just looks around and it just goes right back into it and everybody's like, oh my God. It's great.
That sounds like torture to me.
No, that's not. It's Do You Want to... Oh, I'm thinking about the wrong song.
Do You Really Want to Hurt Me
Yes.
by Boy George?
Yes.
Terrible.
But I'm pretty sure Holiday's in it too.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But I make those mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
But Holiday's a really fun song.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And Madonna back then was...
I always liked Madonna. Not recently. Because now she uses a filter that makes her look 25, and when you look at without the filter, she looks like the Crypt Keeper.
My everyone was obsessed with Madonna at the time. Mm-hmm. My obsession just dropped off. Like, not that I found somebody more attractive or younger. Her music didn't grab people the same way. And I'm not the controversial stuff, not like A Prayer and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Even her regular stuff wasn't as enthralling.
Okay.
She went very much towards dance culture.
Yeah.
And lost pop fans left and right. Like, I like pop music. And I completely lost track of what she was doing because all she was putting out was dance music.
Yeah, yeah.
Gone. Like, she fell off the face of the earth.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I know people who are into EDM and dance music that still follow what she's doing.
Yeah, see, I don't know what she's doing now. I couldn't tell you.
No idea.
The last thing I remember is Ray of Light, and that was probably
that was
probably 20 years ago already,
yeah,
right?
and that was like the beginning of that dance music phase.
Oh, okay, okay.
And she's a fashion icon. She's a gender politics and LGBTQ icon. And her music got boring to me.
Okay.
But the early stuff is so upbeat and fun.
Well, and again, it's what we heard in the car.
Yeah, it was in the car on the radio
with a Chihuahua
and a Rottweiler.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A drooling Rottweiler. Yeah, you don't want to know what 90-degree heat is in the back of a Scout 2.
And what that car smelled like.
Oh, plus me. Plus the Domino's pizza eating fat kid in the back with the dogs. No wonder my dad had to take breaks to walk the dog. He was airing out the car. Now, your next pick could be anywhere in this list, but it would be like number 7 in the greatest songs written by Prince.
Yeah, damn it, you got it. Yes.
Morris Day and the Time, Jungle Love.
Written by Prince.
Yep.
Under what name?
That I don't know.
Jamie Starr.
Was it Jamie Starr?
Jamie Starr is Prince's name when he was producing his stuff early or he was producing for somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now, I knew about him producing The Time.
Yes.
Because, obviously, he did everything.
Yeah.
And then with Purple Rain, he wrote all the music, including the Time stuff.
This was around the Purple Rain stuff. This was supposed to be on the Purple Rain soundtrack, I believe. And I may be wrong, but Prince did record this himself.
Yes.
And it didn't get released until...
way later.
Yeah. And
it was way
after
later.
he died, I believe, in his post...
Yeah, it was
whatever the hell that... After he died album.
So...
God, you're really learning how dopey I am today.
Yeah, but you see how dopey I am every day. So really...
Yeah, but on this you sound so much smarter than me.
But I'm not. One of the things I love about, especially Prince's writing, is that it was written in a very specific style.
Yeah.
But it's not his style.
Right. You could tell it's a Prince song.
Yeah.
But it's not a Prince song.
Yeah.
And this song, I just remember, it's funny, being a heavy metal guy and a punk guy and all this, when you listen to something like this and you go, how the hell did you like that? I just liked it.
It was just fun.
It's just fun, yeah. And
this would be on anyone else's list. This would be a guilty pleasure,
right?
But we don't have guilty pleasures.
No.
We have stuff.
No, I have guilty pleasures.
Do you?
Oh, well, it'll be a topic.
I don't think I have guilty.
It's not guilty, but it's something where somebody would look at you and go, really?
I have, I call that music.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of the stuff I listen to, people are like, on purpose?
Well, like I said, since we've been doing this, I thought I was a closed-in guy, and then I look and I go, oh, no.
No, because you met me, and I'm a closed-in guy. This is one of the times where I feel I can actually spread my wings a little bit and explain what I love.
Well,
about music.
that's why we decided to do this one anyway, because we didn't want to focus only on the heavy stuff, which is what we really truly like. But I don't want to pigeonhole our audience. I want people to to enjoy different styles of music that we like as well.
Absolutely, but going in this direction especially lets people not only see the other side of what we like in music, but this is stuff that younger people never heard.
Right.
I guarantee there anyone under 30 probably hasn't heard Holiday, Walking on Sunshine, or Cruel Summer unless they watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And they heard the remix of it.
Did they do a remix on Cobra Kai? I don't remember.
Season 3?
Okay.
Or 2.
Yeah.
They did an alternate. I don't even know if it's a different singer.
Yeah.
But it's a different version. It's acoustic, and it's actually really well put together.
Yeah.
But Jungle Love is one of those songs, and this was from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to bring up. It fits perfectly.
And Morris Day and the Time. We talk about Prince.
Yeah.
Prince wrote this song, and he didn't release it for a reason. He didn't like it for himself.
Right.
He gave it, or he either gave it or loaned it or sold it to Morris Day and the Time, and they did it, and it was theirs. It was their song.
Right.
And if you've ever seen like the Tales from the Tour Bus stories, Morris Day talking about Prince as if it was his brother who he loved and hated at the same time.
Yeah.
Like he's got bitterness in his voice, but he's like, he was the best. He took care of us, and then he kicked me in the face.
Yeah. What did he do though? I don't know. What Prince
they
did.
had disagreements.
Just kicked him to the side.
Well, he didn't keep pushing him.
Yeah.
But he felt. Oh, hang on. No, I'm good. Sorry. I thought I started playing something on my tablet.
But yeah, the Jay and Silent Bob part, it brought it back.
It brought it back in a huge way because in the beginning of the movie,
he does that. $15, little man.
He sings it, and then he starts singing Jungle Love.
Yeah.
And then he says Morris Day and the Time. I'm like, oh no, he's gonna do something stupid.
Given down by God herself. That's what he says.
Alanis
Morissette. Yep.
The Askew-universe. Now, later down the line, we could do movies.
Yes.
Because I'm a fat guy with a beard. I am a Kevin Smith fanatic.
Oh, so am I.
So we could do that.
I'm so disappointed that you can't watch Dogma anywhere.
No, you can't watch Dogma anywhere. I own it.
All right, well, whatever, dude. I think I have it on DVD. I just don't have a DVD player anymore.
Yeah, I can fix that.
Oh, all right, whatever.
I have it on DVD and I have it on digital.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Weinstein's had to deal with Apple early on and then pulled it.
Oh, okay.
But I still have the digital copy.
Have it.
Yeah. They're so great.
Yeah.
And Jungle Love made Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Perfect.
Yes.
And
especially the way they end it. It's almost like like bookends. It starts with it and then it ends with it.
And it ends very much like all good comedies should, not knowing how to end.
Right. But it ends it on, yeah, like you said, there's no real ending to it, but it's here's a musical act, and then we're going to roll the credits.
That's all the Mel Brooks movies. He never knew how to finish a movie.
Right.
So he'd have a dance number.
Yeah.
My favorite was the dance number from Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
Which turns into a fight, which turns into somebody running off and going to the movie. That it's just absurdness.
Yes. Mel Brooks is the best.
He's so great.
Yeah.
So the next song, this is mine. It's "Man Eater" by Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates rule.
Hall & Oates, that when they were put in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Daryl Hall got up and sincerely thanked everyone he's ever worked with. Said, I wouldn't be here without John Oates. You know, there's huge things. He goes, John Oates gets up, he goes, listen, I'm the best backup singer you're ever going to meet.
Right.
He said, I literally just backed him up. And it's not true. He was a fantastic writer.
Yeah.
Together, they were fantastic performers.
Yeah.
You know, every song that I've heard from them has been enjoyable.
And I never realized that until recently. I heard a lot of people talk about it. That Daryl Hall is considered is it gospel or a soul singer?
A soul singer, yeah.
Yeah, I never realized that.
Yeah. Oh, you hear it more when you listen to, like, he has a show called Live from Daryl's House.
Yeah, that's where I
You can
started
hear
hearing
him
it. Right.
He goes through everything.
Right.
With that. And it felt really, like, his stuff feels really fun and soulful.
Yeah.
He did a performance with Kenny Loggins. They did Footloose. And he
made Footloose soul-ish?
No, he just puts his voice to it.
Oh, okay.
All the stuff from Live from Daryl's House includes a duet or a band accompaniment of one of their songs, and everyone I've heard with him in it
is amazing.
Is light years better.
Yeah.
He kind of, we call it zhuzhing. When you mess with something, make it a little better.
Right.
You zhuzh it up. So he zhuzhes everything he touches.
Really?
And then John Oates has been behind the scenes for the last 30 years producing hit makers. Like,
yeah.
Everything you can think of, every type of music, he's had his hand in and has made Grammy Award winners. So he has gold records lining a wall somewhere.
Do you have any that I would know that I would be like, holy crap?
Offhand, I can't even. I should have done the research for John Oates,
right.
and honestly, he does deserve better. Which is, I think, a theme that John Oates did not get the credit he deserved.
He was always the background guy.
He was
Even in
always the
Hall and
backup
Oates,
guy.
he was just and Oates. Yeah,
but it's one of those things. The reason when we decided to do this podcast, you were like, "Yeah, Dave and Mike." I'm like, Mike and Dave. It feels the name sounds right.
Yeah.
Oates and Hall wouldn't.
Oates and Hall would sound weird, yeah.
Hall
but
and
you thought
feels
Dave and
right.
Mike sounded weird?
It does sound weird to me.
All right.
Nobody's name is more important to me. Nobody's name is more important than the other. But names feel right a certain way when you say things.
Right.
Like
Man, you were
Roy
right.
and Siegfried wouldn't work.
You were right before when you got out of the thing. I'm not going to say what you said, but you were right.
I don't know what I said.
I'll say it.
Go ahead.
Tism.
Oh. All right. I might have a little bit of an issue.
It was just, everything today has, it's Dave doing it a certain way, or it wouldn't work out.
Well, it's a combination of traumatic brain injury and obsessive compulsive disorder.
So, Maneater.
Maneater is one of those songs, but to me, it's the quintessential Hall & Oates song.
Right. Unfortunately, when I was a kid, because we're talking about the 80s, I took it literally. In my head, I was like, what the hell is wrong with this woman?
This
That she
cannibal
eats
woman.
men. Yeah.
Yeah, until you hit like 12, 13, like, I get it.
No, but as a kid, I took it literally.
Everyone's like, oh, she's
I was like,
kidding.
what the hell? All right.
Well,
Which probably freaked out my parents because I was probably singing in the back seat, like, and they were like, oh my God, we're going to get
growling it.
Therapy for this kid.
Oh, your parents believed in therapy?
No.
You just hit them until they stopped thinking that way.
Yeah, we were 80s kids. You kidding me? Like,
Yeah, this is one of those summertime radio songs.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any song, like 80s pop song, that makes me think about the winter. Like, everything makes me think about the summer in the 80s.
yeah, that's true. I can't think of one.
Maybe Christmas songs, I guess.
Well, obviously they're about Christmas.
Yeah, but that's the only, like, 80s Christmas songs are the only thing that I can think of.
That would make you think of winter. Okay.
The Ghostbusters theme.
It makes you think of winter?
Yeah. Because, think of fall and winter, because Ghostbusters, Halloween.
Okay. Wow. It's really coming out today.
I can't believe it took you this long to realize I am weird.
Not weird. It's just how you have a system of things that
you
go on in your head.
You don't even want to know. There are 8 different checklists that a sentence has to hit before it touches my lips, so I don't say something that will offend everyone.
The funniest. Well, I have to learn to hold myself a couple times during these podcasts, because I realized, I'm not politically saying that correctly anymore. That's not nice anymore.
I've been a lot. It's been a lot easier to be politically correct. But I say stupid things all the time.
Right.
So I always have to filter, and I am underneath that all. I am literally correcting language as I go because I have a little bit of a stammer.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly fighting that.
Right.
So you hear a lot of ums, and I'm sorry.
Listen, this is helping me because I don't know if I had long COVID or whatever, but there are times where I would be talking and I would know what I want to say, and at the end, I have no idea what the word is. I'm like, and I was
heard
like,
me do that in the car.
yeah, I was like, I think I literally for a while thought I was like, I gotta go see a neurologist because I think I got like early Alzheimer's or
Alzheimer's,
whatever.
Well, they used to call it old timers.
Old timers,
which it was very, very synonymous with
old people,
the elderly,
right?
But now Alzheimer's or Parkinson's are showing up in younger and younger people.
Right. And they call that like, early onset. Whatever.
And Michael J. Fox with Parkinson's.
Oh. Yeah.
Whatever. I don't mean to say whatever, but whatever the neurological issue that Robin Williams had. Terrifying. These are terrifying thoughts.
Yeah.
My grandfather.
Was it a Louis Body it's called or something like that?
I think so. It was, it's terrible.
Right.
Like these things are awful. But, when you forget things, you immediately go, oh no, what's going on with my brain?
Right.
And then like I spent 20 minutes trying to think of the name of a band, which is not the longest I've spent thinking of something.
I understand. Yeah.
No, but you don't. 10 years.
Trying to think of a band?
No, of a show title.
Oh, you're still thinking of it now?
No,
I found it 10 years later. You finally figured it out. What was the show? Tell me you can't think of it now. Tell me
I got
it now. Oh,
so I was walking across the street with a bunch of friends, Dan and a few other people, and I just in the middle of the street shouted out, "Too close for comfort."
You couldn't remember Too Close for Comfort?
Could not.
Wow.
For years. And I shrieked it out in the middle of the street, and Dan goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I go, "I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a moron."
Yeah.
But yeah, things get stuck in my head, and I forget things, and that's the normal thing.
But getting back to
80s music is actually one of those things that helps jog my memory.
But I also think this podcast has helped me. Like you said, like you were saying that, sometimes you have to like curb yourself to get your thought. This has actually helped me not. I was worried when we first started this. I was like, I'm going to be sitting there talking about something and be like, and sound like a dope. But it to actually help me focus my mind and not do that anymore. Not anymore, but I mean less.
That for me, music does that. It jogs my memory, especially older music. Brings me back to a place in my childhood. Brings me back to a thought process I thought I lost.
Right,
and it's right there again. The next song actually wasn't on my list, but was on yours. Men at Work's Down Under.
Yeah, it was a toss up between this one and Who Could It Be Now,
which are both perfect songs.
Yeah, because this was my introduction as a child to Australia, which was a friggin' magic. Well, I mean, listen to what he's saying,
Okay.
Vegemite sandwich. I was like, what the fuck is that? So this was my fantasy. I would sit when I was a kid. We had a wall unit with the big stereo parts, the tuner, the tape deck, the turntable, and then we had the tape deck. I remember we had this tape. It was the yellow one with the microphone on the front. I forget what the name of the album was. Either way, it had the yellow cover, and I remember putting it in, and this song would come on, and it was like it was my way of imagining what Australia was. And I have it written down here. Yeah, listening on a cassette in the living room, right, with the big headphones. My parents had big ass headphones like these. But like 70s style.
Yeah.
And I would put those on my little tiny.
They made out of wood and cloth.
And yeah. And I would listen to this. I would listen to the Rolling Stones. And this song was one of the ones that Yeah, like bro, made me dream of Australia. I wrote it down. I wrote down everything, and then I also wrote Vegemite sandwich because I had no idea what that was.
And when you
I thought it was a vegetable sandwich.
When you found out what Vegemite was,
Yeah.
Did you want to try it?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
It looks like sludge.
Yeah, I was like, that's what it is.
It's like looks like you tried to degrease an engine.
Right.
Oh.
But but it's this one and Who Could It Be Now? Because Who Could It Be Now scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Because it does have that creepy feeling.
It's that, and it's that other song, that one that was, what's his name? He did it with Michael Jackson. It was like
Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell.
Rockwell, that's the name of it, yeah.
Oh, talk about a song I hate.
And that video scared the crap out of me because there were those creepy people on his lawn at the end. And I was just like, ugh, those two songs. Who Could It Be Now was like terrifying because like if I was a kid at home by myself and someone knocked on the door, I'd be like, I'm done. You know?
Yeah, we had a rule not to open the door for anybody.
No, so do we.
If you didn't have a key, they're not getting in.
The greatest thing is that my kids still to this day. Someone knocks on my door, they run. Dad, Mom, somebody at the door. I'm like, all right, we're home. You know, take it easy.
We have a ring, so we get the alert when somebody approaches the door.
Yeah, we just put a camera up too.
Oh, it's hilarious because you see, unaware that it's like
that they're being recorded.
Like
right?
they're hitting the button and they're staring at it like it's going to talk to them.
Well, some of them do.
Mine would.
Yeah, my sister-in-law has been out and
nobody ever uses it.
Oh no, not the two-way. No.
But they get close to it like it's a mic, like a microphone.
Like they can't stand further away and just talk.
I can hear from you've seen our front porch.
Yeah.
From the end of the porch, you can hear just fine.
Yeah.
I do all the time when I get the alert that they're home from school. When my son comes home from school, my wife picks him up. I get the alert that somebody's on the porch. I turn on the camera and I watch them goofing off outside. And then sometimes I'm like, "Did you do your schoolwork?" And he's like, "Ah!" Highlight of my day.
That's funny.
If I can get him to pee just a little bit.
But how was Men at Work for you? Because you said you were going to bring it up.
Because those two songs are
right.
They are the 80s.
This was actually picked by my wife, Mary Jane. Because I told her we're doing an 80s playlist, and she was like, Men at Work, and I was like, all right.
It's funny because the next song was picked by my wife.
Go ahead.
Broken Wings by Mr. Mister. Now this is the one I think you missed.
Yes. I've heard it a million times. Yeah, it's a sad song. No,
not to me.
No,
it's very 80s.
It's a healing song. I would say, right? Yeah.
And now, Mr. Christian band.
Are they? Did not know that.
Well, their other famous track, Kyrie.
Yeah.
Is part of the Latin Mass, Kyrie eleison, which is Lord of Mercy.
I had no idea. I was just saying words.
Yeah, high school Latin for the win.
Is that the one? Give me a laser.
Yes, give me a laser.
That was my that's what I sang when I was a kid.
Yeah, so they were really a great band.
I had no idea they were a Christian band.
They're very much they're not Striper about it.
Yeah,
but they were very much all their songs were Welcome to the Real World. These their album Welcome to the Real World is phenomenal. Front to back. It's both of these songs are on it. I honestly don't know anything past this album. This album is frozen. I know you don't know anything past this song.
I know this song, and I just realized it.
The other song has a Latin
the other
name.
Give Me a Laser one was Mr. Mister as well. I had no idea.
So this song particularly is one of those songs I never want to hear it covered.
Yeah, I never want to hear it. It's not what?
No, Broken Wings.
No, I never want to hear it. Me personally.
I love this song. I can't even casually mock it.
Dude, do you know what my next song is? God, go with yours.
Well, Mr. Broken Wings, it really speaks for itself at how good of an 80s song it is. You've got the synth keyboard,
yes,
the synth bass, and then just a really good singer.
Yeah,
with good backup singing. We're gonna get to your last track, and we're gonna spend some time on this.
Why?
Because I don't know what the fuck you were thinking.
You never heard this song?
I have heard it.
Okay.
It is a 6.5 minute rap track, and it's not good.
It's not good, but it holds a special place in my heart, Dave.
I get that, but it's terrible.
It is. Wait, you know what I was going to put instead of this?
What?
Do you know the Rappin' Duke?
Oh, God. I hate you so much. Yeah, I do know.
Do you know how many people don't realize that Biggie Smalls says it in his song and they don't know what it means? Do you know how many people have explained it when he goes, the Rappin' Duke, da ha, da ha? Whoever thought hip hop would bring us this far? That is about that song, and every time I hear it, I'm like, yes, yes.
But it's...
And everybody's like, I'm like, do you know what that means? And nobody knows what that means.
See, the thing is, I remember the Rapping Duke, and
I was this close to putting it on there.
I wish I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's more terrible than I thought when I listened to it when I was doing this list.
It is more terrible than this.
But let's put this on. Let's go to this.
So this is a 6.5 minute song by Nucleus called Jam on It.
Yes.
I have never heard the word jam more in my life. The Smucker's factory hasn't heard the word jam this much.
Now, in my head, this reminds me of going on the Van Wyck Expressway, not the Van Wyck.
Kiki.
Yes. So it's the Van Wyck Expressway going to my grandmother's house who lived in South Ozone Park.
Was she in this band?
She might have been. Who knows? But no, in my head, now here's my thing. I visualize everything, apparently. This was a big alien dude, and those little voices were kazoo.
That's terrible.
From
the Flintstones.
From the Flintstones. They were little kazoos because they had that voice, whatever it was. And I had this whole, every time I heard this song, the whole story he's telling was a story in my head.
Just so you know, Gazoo is the first in a long line of add-on characters that nobody wanted.
Oh, I hated him. Yeah.
Gazoo, Scrappy Doo, Seven.
But Gazoo was what I saw, what I envisioned when I heard those other things.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, and the other guy, because he I don't know if he fought Superman in this video or in this song or whatever.
The voice modulation and the synth,
yes,
in the background, just awful.
Yeah,
But I get how it holds a memory for you.
I love it.
But man, if I were you, I'd want to Men in Black that crap right out of my head. Oh, please,
so wait. So which one?
Either slap or neuralize me.
So which one would you rather? Would you have rather this one or Daha Daha?
No, I'll take this over the Rapping Duke.
That one was that was on the list, and I went like this. I listened to it, I watched the video, and I went, I know, I can't do this.
But now this, if you were gonna pick a rap song, Knife in the Table, you skipped over Run DMC.
Oh, I know. No, it was
on purpose.
No.
This is just what popped into your head?
This was exactly what I wanted to happen. There's some songs I picked, Dave, just so that I know Dave is gonna hate this one.
Is there a doodah at the end? Doodah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I told you what I told Mike when we went to that concert last week. I said, by the way, I know this is going to be a few weeks after Thanksgiving, but me and Mike the Angry Wizard went to Skanksgiving in New Jersey, and we saw Goldfinger and Catch 22 and Mustard Plug and a bunch of other bands that were really good.
That name Mustard Plug sounds so
well, you know what the Mustard Plug is. You know, you pull it out when you get the mustard. But they were so good. Anyway, I told Mike that you were in trouble.
See, now, like I said, it's a 6.5 minute rap song. Do you know how much of it I listened to?
3 minutes.
I listened to all 6.5 minutes.
Yes.
4 times.
Why?
Because I give everything
the
same amount of listening.
I do as well, even the terrible ones you send me.
And now the thing is, I sit usually with the notepad.
Yeah.
But 80s music, I was like, nah, I'm just going to wing this.
Okay.
And I got to the song, I'm like, I should have fucking taken notes.
Yeah.
Because I could tear this song apart.
Yeah.
And, I was like, why didn't he pick, like, Rapper's Delight?
It wouldn't hurt my feelings.
It wouldn't hit the 80s. Rapper's Delight was 79.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I thought, like, Run DMC.
We're also going to do plenty of these 80s.
Public
80s
Enemy.
Pop
Digital Underground in the late 80s, early 90s. I'm like, oh, come on. You fucking Nucleus. They can't even spell nucleus right.
Nope. I was hoping you would say it wrong.
I'm not retarded. And I'm going to say that word in this moment because you're treating me like someone who would use that word at me. And I don't mean that word, but you make me use that word at you.
I love it. I love it.
I am indifferent.
This was so fun.
To this on a level.
This just made my day.
This is
one song.
This is what you wanted to do. You wanted to get me.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, it was fun.
You got pure rage out of this one.
No, please don't send me a 19-minute whatever Dream Theater song or something.
No. So I don't believe in retaliation. I believe you needed to show me this so you could see where my limit was.
Yeah.
I already know where your limit is.
Oh, yeah,
because you said it, Dream Theater.
Yeah. No, that's not I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it with my arms crossed and a pouty face, but No.
That's the other thing I refuse to do. I refuse to listen with a pouty face.
Well, no, I'll listen. Like we spoke.
Like I walked into this.
We're gonna have. I'm going to give it the most open-minded approach at every song you said. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, obviously.
And that's the perfect. That's why I love that you listened to it 4 times all the way through.
All the way through. until the playlist ended.
Yeah.
Because I listened to all 5 of these songs back to back to back to back 4 times.
Well, oh.
Yeah, I listened to the entire playlist.
Started again. See, I give it a little time in between.
No, I mean days. Like, you gave this to me over a week ago.
Yeah.
So I played through it once, and I sat and I took notes. And then maybe a day or 2 later, did it again. The last one was last night.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at my computer.
You were angry.
I was just sitting there going.
I love it because the last, it's got to be at last 30, 45 seconds is just just a little whatever sounds those are.
I feel like this was. This could have been my Rickroll. Like, I happen to really like Rick Astley, and I love his song "Never Gonna Give You Up."
Do you know
and "Together Forever," which is basically the same song.
Do you know that I don't know if your son does this yet, but my kids love Rickrolling me. It's like their thing.
No,
yeah,
he's not there yet.
Dad, I gotta show you this YouTube, and it's some version of that. It's either somebody else doing it or it's in the middle of something. And I'm like, wow, and they get a kick out of it. They laugh.
There is
really
a song
hard.
not on this list that I don't think it's from the 80s. I think it's from the 90s.
All right.
And it's terrible.
Yeah.
And I get my wife with it all the time. She hates it.
It's your Rickroll on her.
It's called, the band is called Slam Bamboo.
What? I don't like it already.
The song is called House on Fire.
All right. Hang on, I'm writing that down. Slam Bamboo.
Yes.
Bamboo.
The worst part is, the reason I found it is this band was doing some local TV show, and their keyboardist was the standout in the band.
Yeah.
Because it was Trent Reznor.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Trent Reznor was in a band called Slam Bamboo.
I think he was. I don't know if he was helping out, but the singer from Slam Bamboo posted this online. It's like, your keyboardist Trent was showing the kids how the keyboards work.
Right.
And there's Trent Reznor looking like Trent Reznor.
Right.
Leather jacket, the whole 9. Angry looking.
Okay, now I like it.
And the rest of the band is very much, they all look like the server from the Max from Saved by the Bell. Every member of the band was that terrible. And my wife hates this song.
Yeah.
So any chance, only when she can't see it coming, I hit it.
Nice.
And my son now is like, he'll lean in, play Slam Bamboo. I'm like, no, I can't do it. She heard you.
Yeah.
And then I'll wait like 20 minutes till she's not paying attention.
And do it.
Kick it on into the big speakers.
Yeah.
It drives her nuts.
Awesome.
I love it.
Awesome. We got to add that to the playlist at the end.
You want me to add it to the playlist at the end? Oh, you got it. Because it's on another one of my lists that we're gonna bring up in another time.
Oh yeah,
it's
the Slam Bamboo song.
Yes.
Oh, terrible.
It's a good. Well, the thing is, it's a good song.
Oh, it is. Okay, I'm going off the name of the band, and then you tell me Trent Reznor's in it, and all I think of is like Barney characters with Trent Reznor standing in the back.
No, it's quite absurd. When we're done with this, I'll show you.
We'll listen to it. Yeah,
but I'm gonna add it to this list, and it'll be at the end, and people can laugh or hate it.
Yeah,
freely.
Awesome.
It's so bad.
I've also written down that hopefully, before this comes out, you can find the taxi driver dancing video.
Oh, I'm gonna look for it. If I find it, I'll post it.
Gotta put it on there.
That'll go to Instagram. Hit the Stage Podcast.
Yeah,
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone has any recommendations or suggestions, hit the stage podcast at gmail.com.
Yes.
You don't even have to address it to either one of us. We're both going to be reading.
Yeah. You could send anything you want over there.
Not anything.
Not anything, but suggestions and
comments, corrections.
Yeah, questions, corrections. I know there's a lot.
Really, from Mike, he's just been shaking his fist at the sky this whole time.
Yeah, Mike says he doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to, come on the show. Well, he does eventually, but he doesn't want to be part of it. But he loves correcting everything we say. Oh,
I do have a correction from 2 episodes ago.
Okay.
The Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple
are
2 separate organizations.
Are they?
The Church of Satan, based in San Francisco, they are the wrong ones. Those are the guys sacrifice animals, evil events.
Anton LaVey, is it that one? Okay.
That's the LaVey group.
Right.
The was it the
Temple of Satan?
The Satanic Temple.
Oh, okay.
Is a personal freedoms group.
Okay.
They are the ones who have been championing personal human autonomy and rights.
Right.
And LGBTQ rights. They're believe that the body's the body and it's your own problem.
Yeah.
They believe completely in all that. This is bordering on political. That's why I'm just skirting it.
Yeah.
But that correction needed to be made.
Yeah.
The Church of Satan, definitely across all boards, the bad guys.
Yeah. Okay.
The Satanic Temple, not bad guys.
Yeah.
Just using a really absurd name for
To
their
get
goal.
attention.
Yeah. And it's working.
To that. Yeah.
And thank you, Mike, for shaking your fist at the cloud and correcting us.
Yeah.
Because that one I actually do want to get right. Mm-hmm. And on that note, Mike, we're coming. We're coming for you. We're going to be having... I know he agreed to at least one. Mm-hmm. He wants to do stage war stories.
All right.
Stuff from the stage that happened.
Yeah.
I guarantee... Because Mike and I have never played live together.
Okay.
Like we've studio worked together, but never actually played a show live. So we have very different stories.
Yes.
And I have...
Well, I'm going to have from my perspective, and I'm sure he's right behind, and he's going to have his...
Because he was over your shoulder.
Yeah, all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a good time.
Yeah, man.
And the biggest thing that we're going to keep working on is the production quality. And we're going to start working on trying to get video going.
Yeah.
It's a slow process.
Yeah. Every time we try, there's a roadblock. We tried again today, and we found out that my camera only does 20-minute limit
For heat
videos.
purposes.
It literally said when I looked it up on Google so that the camera would not melt. Which, okay, I don't want my camera to melt. So
Funny side story. Speaking of melting devices, my great aunt who used to live in this apartment.
Okay.
She was a housekeeper in Manhattan at a hotel. That hotel had apartments on the top floors.
Right.
She used to clean for Salvador Dali.
Cool.
So, in my collection at home, I have a set of playing cards
From his apartment?
No, not only they're his playing they're playing cards with his drawings on them.
Yeah.
Signed by him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's one of the craziest things I'd ever she said
yeah.
I knew Salvador Dali. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Because we don't think that we were in the same lifetime as somebody who knows.
Right.
But yeah, she handed them to me. She goes, yeah, no, you can have them. Just don't play cards with them. Because we used to play poker and blackjack here in this living room.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, no, just don't play cards with them. Keep them.
Yeah.
That's going to be worth money one day. And I'm not, no matter what, I'm never selling that.
Yeah.
That's a piece of history for me.
You know what's funny is who's like that for me? It's Picasso.
Oh God.
I was like, I thought he was like a Renaissance guy, and they're like, no, he's some dude. And I'm like, what? Get out of here.
I was watching a thing on Picasso. It was a little comedy series. It showed photos that he drew of himself at 18, then 28, and then right before his death.
Yeah.
And it got because his brain was melting.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually like his more avant-garde stuff
than
his traditionalist.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah.
So on that note, let's call it for now.
Alrighty.
And we'll see you guys next time. This has been
Mike and Dave hit the stage.
Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Later.